Good afternoon. I am delighted to appear before you today on behalf of two wonderful families. First, the American Friends of Hebrew University family, and second, the Gibson-Dunn family. Each of these families is incredibly excited and proud that our own Mark Kirsch is being honored today with the George A. Katz Torch of Learning Award. As I'm sure you know, Mark has many professional and personal attributes, but first and foremost, Mark is a mensch. It is especially fitting that Mark, who really has a heart of gold, is being honored with an award named after the late George A. Katz, who is a truly special friend of Hebrew University. Our families adore Mark, and you will hear more about him when United States District Judge Engelmeyer presents the Torch of Learning Award to him today. And while we're on the subject of family pride, our American Friends family is also very proud of its law school, which is one of the finest law schools in the world. And it's a special honor and privilege for me to introduce you to the new dean of Hebrew University's Faculty of Law, Professor Daphna Lewinsohn-Zamir. Dean Lewinsohn-Zamir is the Lewis Marshall Professor of Environmental Law at the Faculty of Law. A graduate of Hebrew University, Dean Lewinsohn-Zamir has an absolutely stellar academic background and has set the gold standard for excellence in teaching and scholarship at every law school at which she has taught over the years. She's a former law clerk to Justice Dov Levin of the Israeli Supreme Court. She's a recipient of numerous academic awards, a Fulbright Scholarship, a Rothschild Fellowship for Advanced Studies at Yale University Law School, and many, many other awards. She has been a visiting scholar and researcher at numerous law schools throughout the United States: Harvard, Yale, NYU, Georgetown, University of Chicago. Her research has been published in numerous law journals: the Yale Law Journal, NYU Law Review, Texas Law Review, Cornell Law Review, and many, many other articles in publications in the United States and Israel. Her writing covers a remarkable array of academic areas: property law and theory, behavioral economics, law and economics, experimental legal studies, and other areas. And while I would love to tell you about the highly acclaimed books and articles that the Faculty of Law's new dean has written, I know I'm going to get in trouble with my friends here if I do that, because I'm going to run way above my allotted time. So at this time, I invite Dean Lewinsohn-Zamir to the podium so she could tell you more about the Faculty of Law.
Thank you, Larry, for the very generous and kind introduction. And I want to say, dear guests and friends, thank you all for participating in the George A. Katz Torch of Learning Award Luncheon, honoring Mark Kirsch, an eminent attorney. I want to congratulate Mark for his wonderful achievements, which we acknowledge together today. Yishar koach. Personally, I'm delighted to be here, representing the Faculty of Law of the Hebrew University, which has benefited so much from the generosity of its loyal friends. I have a confession to make. When growing up, I did not dream of the law. I wanted to become a pianist. Eventually, I chose to study law, but without having high expectations. Happily, I was pleasantly surprised. Studying at the law faculty of the Hebrew University turned out to be much more interesting, challenging, and rewarding than I'd expected. In fact, I liked the faculty and the university so much that I never left. It has been my home for over 36 years. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to serve, beginning this July, as Dean of the Law Faculty, and to help advance research and education further. One of the wonderful things about legal education at the Hebrew University that it opens students' minds to the complexity and richness of the world, the people who live in it, and their interactions with one another. Within our lively intellectual community, we learn that the answers to difficult questions are often not clear-cut, that issues should not be viewed in black and white, that we should try to understand the other side's point of view and considerations supporting it. However, we also realize that we should not conclude from the flexibility afforded by the law that anything goes. Quite the contrary. The existence of several options and wide discretion means that we are responsible for the decisions we make and the path we choose. The Clinical Legal Education Center plays an important role in this regard. It combines academic study with practical work and bridges legal theory and real-world applications. Our clinics demonstrate how social responsibility can be an integral part of the legal profession. Students meet people who they otherwise may never have encountered and are exposed to their pressing problems and needs. By helping others to assert their rights and seek paths to justice, our students experience the power of the law and its ability to make a difference in people's lives. Since my time is short, I will offer just a few examples of what our clinics accomplish. The Criminal Justice Clinic has succeeded in convincing the Attorney General to drop charges against a mother of 4 who stole from a grocery store basic products for her children. The Children and Youth Rights Clinic offers a year-long weekly workshop for youth at risk, showing them how the law can actually be their ally. The workshop exposes the youth to the legal system and to their rights and obligations as citizens. The Representation of Marginalized Populations Clinic filed a successful administrative petition on behalf of single mothers. As a result, the Social Security Institute does not preclude anymore single mothers who receive alimony payments from being eligible for public housing. In closing, let me thank you again for contributing to this vital endeavor. My colleagues at the Faculty of Law and I are grateful to you and to the American Friends Organization for your long-standing dedication and support. I invite you all to visit us in Jerusalem. But in the meantime, we have a short video which illuminates both our rich history and our brilliant future. Thank you very much.